So the question then becomes, is sex addiction a real addiction? It's not like cocaine or alcohol, a lot of people say. Reality is, yes, it is a very real addiction. In fact, they did a brain study of sex and porn addicts, and they found that their brains actually change and actually look different under a analysis, brain analysis. What they found was that certain parts of the brain become affected and channel the hormone chemicals such as dopamine and adrenaline that is often associated with the payoff of an actual sexual experience. And the brain becomes channeled and wired that it wants that experience, and that's all it can think about. And it actually begins to affect people's brains. I've actually heard and seen and believed myself how I've seen porn addicts, and a lot of times they have dark circles under their eyes. And what that means is that their brain, their whole functionality is changing because of the behavior. So it is absolutely an addiction, and it is absolutely a compulsive behavior that is hard to stop. So it's not going to be an easy road to recovery for someone, because what you're asking someone to do is to change the patterns of thought. It can be done, yes, absolutely it can be done, but it's not easy. How many people do you know who have tried to lose weight that just can't seem to do it? Or how many people do you know that just keep failing at one thing over another with the same repetitive patterns? That's because they keep thinking the same thoughts, and therefore they keep getting the same results. So in order to change your behavior, we're going to need to change your ways that you think. Now, here are some things that you can do for your recovery. As I said earlier, recovery is my favorite part of the addiction, because I believe that the recovery lifestyle is an amazing lifestyle that will bring you a lot of joy, a lot of happiness. One of the books that I highly recommend is a book by Eckhart Tolle called The Power of Now. The reason I recommend that book is because Eckhart Tolle shows how to deal with addiction, not just sex addiction or porn addiction, but any type of addiction. See, because as human beings, we are compulsively thinking. We tend to think that our thoughts are who we are. As I mentioned earlier about self-image, how we see ourselves is extremely important, but if we can recognize that how we see ourselves is not how things actually are, we can begin to become free of this addiction. So go pick up that book. I promise you it will change your life. You probably will need to do intense therapy, group therapy, or 12-step programs in conjunction with reading a book like that. But I believe that any kind of personal development will help you. So let's talk about things that you can do to help recover from obsessive sexual behavior, porn addiction, or sex addiction. In the course that I was in, I discovered things called dailies. Now, what dailies are daily ritual activities that you can do that better you to help you align yourself with who you truly are. What happens is with sex addicts and porn addicts, they often forget who they truly are, because the behavior and because the thoughts have become so channeled towards getting that payoff, they tend to forget who they are. And who you are is amazing, and you have amazing potential to create a positive impact on the world. You just don't realize it because you believe all the thoughts that you've been thinking for the past 6 months, 10 years, or however long it's been that you've been sucked into your addiction. So dailies are, for example, meditation, yoga, exercise, prayer, journaling, spending time with your family, personal development, listening to audios. Those are all forms of dailies. Now, the important thing is not that you take this on and do your dailies once or twice a week, but that you do them daily. Pick 2 of those things and do them daily. Now, you may have your own ideas of what is going to be nurturing and healing for you. Pick 2 of those things and do that. I believe that having a hobby is also a great thing. But really, the important thing is to offer thought pattern changes to your regular, consistent pattern of thought that has been grounded inside you. You need to break out of that old mold and think in different ways. Another important element that helped me was a thing called a core card. Now, you can make your own core cards, or you can contact LifeStar for core cards. A core card is a card that you have for every single day of the week. You can look at it and write it down and begin to create your day. See, a lot of times with addicts, they tend not to create their day. They tend to feel like life is happening to them, and they have no power over it. And powerlessness is actually one of the big reasons that sex addicts and porn addicts turn to sexual addiction, because it gives them a false sense of feeling powerful. So the core card starts with saying, today I am celebrating blank. You fill in the blank. It includes a food plan, what you're going to eat, talks about healthy living. So this is where you could put your daily, something that you're going to do. You're going to exercise today, you're going to do yoga today, meditate today, something like that. And you can also put down, ask yourself, what have I been putting off today that I can accomplish now or today? And this will allow you to write down something that you can do today that you've been putting off, and you're no longer preoccupied with that thought. Again, if you can get away from preoccupied thought, it's really going to help you. Another technique that was taught to me that is very well known in the addiction and recovery industry is HALT. It's an abbreviation for hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Another one is bored. So if you're bored, you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, this can lead to preoccupied thought, or lead you into the vicious cycle that we mentioned earlier, which can lead to acting out. So be aware of yourself, be aware of what you're thinking. If you can, find a sponsor or partner, somebody who is committed to a healthy lifestyle like you, that you can call anytime you're feeling cravings for acting out in sexual behavior or compulsive addiction. You'd be amazed at how well this really works. And you don't have to necessarily call someone right before the incident's about to happen, when you're really feeling the cravings. It's a good idea to call this person regularly, check up with them every week. This is why meetings are so great. They allow you that social interaction. You can no longer hide anymore. The sex addict and porn addict is known for being someone who hides a lot. You want to be somebody who's out there in the open more and is willing to be authentic and open. Because being authentic and open about your addiction, for me, really helped me let go of the shame. I was so ashamed of what I was doing. I wanted to wear a brown bag over my face when I walked into the first LifeStar meeting, because I was so ashamed of myself. But hearing stories from other people sharing their addiction and me sharing mine with them helped me to break free from my shame and allowed me to feel a lot more comfortable with myself. I actually began to love myself, which is what recovery is all about. The eventual ending point that I want to see you at is I want to see you loving yourself, appreciating yourself, joyful, understanding that who you were in the past is not who you are now. You can break free from who you were. You can be a completely different person now. The past is in the past. It does not exist. It happened, but it does not exist now. So I want to end that with I want to end with that note on this book. I want to thank you so much for reading. Please get help. You can recover from this. I have seen it in myself and I have seen it in others. People can break free from this nasty, horrible addiction that is plaguing our society, and we can see more and more people helping others and creating a better society together. Again, I thank you.